Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. This is Lifestyle Critic, where we break down movies and TV shows into their core elements. And in this video, we are going to be reviewing Transcendence, which is a science fiction thriller movie. I really want to call it a thriller action movie, but there is practically no action in this movie, which is just absolutely crazy. I mean, it had a really good premise, and it could have been amazing. And I know they did that on purpose, as they wanted to try something different and they wanted to subvert everyone's expectations. But that being said, the final product was just a little bit meh, was really disappointing, and fundamentally was really lacklustre, and I'm going to be breaking down why I think that in this movie review. So from a storyline point of view, it is centered around a character called Dr. Will Castor, who has created AI whereby people can upload their consciousness into a computer and can continue on living. Now, there is an anti-technology terrorist group called RIFT, which stands for Revolutionary Independence from Technology, and they try to destroy all of the computers that have research about this AI and also shoot Will. His wife then recommends that they upload Will's consciousness to the technology using this AI software. This attempt is then successful, and Will is able to connect to the internet and do a lot of stuff, such as creating his own base and doing a lot of technological advancements as well. The film then explores what AI will do and whether or not he can be stopped. So from a cast and characters point of view, it's really interesting with Transcendence, as they have such a brilliant cast associated with this project, but they really just don't use them in the best way possible due to the script. So let's go through them one by one. So first up, we have Johnny Depp, who plays Dr. Will Carter, who has created AI and then becomes AI. Now, he does do some crazy stuff in his AI mode, but the final reveal of this movie is just so disappointing that ultimately your connection to this character is just really empty. Similarly with Rebecca Hall, who plays Evelyn in this film. I mean, she's grieving, of course, because her husband passes away and then is turning into this AI technology person. And she does do some crazy stuff as well, and you know, she does make some questionable decisions. But ultimately as well, the script just means that your connection to this character is also really hollow. Conversely, Paul Bettany plays a really interesting character, and his character growth and his character journey throughout the film is actually pretty interesting. I mean, he has some dilemmas that he has to contend with, and as such, he does have to make some difficult decisions across this movie. So where he was from the beginning of the film to where he ends up by the end, his journey is actually really interesting. Similarly, we have Kate Mara, who is the head terrorist as part of the RIFT group. She obviously makes some questionable decisions as well in this movie, but similarly, they don't really use this character as well as they could have done. We then have Morgan Freeman, who is the mentor figure to the Evelyn character, but similarly, he doesn't really do much. And also, we have Cillian Murphy, who's a bit of a right-hand man to the Morgan Freeman character, and also he doesn't really do anything either. So from a casting characters point of view, they had a decent cast in this movie and brilliant potential with the film, but unfortunately the script just means that the characters don't really do that much. So from a visuals point of view, you know, this film does actually look really great. As a cinematography, it looks pretty awesome. You know, the AI itself doesn't look amazing, but it does look decent. It's passable and believable as well. The technology that the AI creates looks really great. The nanotechnology that all of the different beings use looks really cool. There are one or two fight sequences. They look pretty decent. There's some really nice sequences with the elements, such as the rain. Those look really cool. So, you know, from a cinematography point of view, the film does look pretty decent, but like I said before, the script just means that it's just not that great to watch, unfortunately. So from a comparisons point of view, you know, there are quite a lot of other AI films out there, such as Ex Machina, I, Robot, Replicas, etc. You know, some of those have been hits, some of those have been misses, but either way, at least they were more engaging than Transcendence, which is just so disappointing as it had such a decent premise. And I know they were trying to do something different, which I do applaud them for, but they just could have executed it so much better than they did, which is just really disappointing for this movie. So overall, I would summarise Transcendence by saying it's just a classic case of wasted potential, a brilliant premise that could have gone in such a good direction, especially as they had a brilliant cast associated with it as well. But ultimately, the execution was just really slow and really mind-numbing. And so for all of those reasons, unfortunately, I have to give Transcendence a 2 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.